justice for all. Are we live? Where's somebody else? Oh, somebody else? No. It could be doing that. Okay. I'm sure it's not.
Okay. Cliff Rebuffo.
Here.
Art Christie.
Here.
Joanne Cow.
Here.
John Horn. Alan Shiner.
Here.
Sam Spada.
Here.
Vivian Welton.
Here.
Okay, so everyone had a chance to look over the minutes?
Yes.
Any comments or corrections? Not, I'll take a motion to approve.
I move that we approve the minutes of the
Second.
January meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we received a letter from the Ulster County Planning Board about, they want us to serve as lead agency, their intent to serve as lead agency on the Giggle Hollow. They want to convert the section of rail from High Mount down to Pine Hill, the railroad, into a rail trail, and they want to be the lead agency on the seeker process. I assume we have no objection to them serving as lead agency?
For the county planning board to be the lead agency?
Correct.
Okay.
So, could you just draft a letter stating that you don't object to them being lead agency?
Absolutely.
Lead agency. Okay.
I make a motion to that effect.
I'll second that.
I don't think we need to. Do we need a
No, we
motion?
should, yes. Yeah.
It's not.
All in
Vivian
favor?
and Art second. Aye. Anybody else? Yes. Okay, we'll start with Graham and Company. If you'd like to come up.
Yes, of course. Oh, new ones.
Take one, pass it.
Ooh, letters.
We have another one here if you want.
Yeah, you want it?
Oh, yeah, two.
Pass the document. I can give this to John.
Okay. John's not here, I'll take it. One more?
I can share.
Oh, Alan, sorry.
So, hi everyone, I'm Matt Town from Willingham Engineering. Resubmitting on behalf of Graham & Co. This is Martin Torres, one of the owners.
Good evening.
So, since the last submittal, not a lot's changed with the plan, but there are some minor revisions, so we did resubmit just to the latest. But mostly we submitted a project narrative, which I think you all got, and I can read that if you want to go over some questions. Okay, so there were a lot of questions at the last meeting about who exactly the multipurpose building is for. So we have a few paragraphs on that, but it's for guests of the Graham & Co. and their guests. We currently rent the one communal space from the neighbor. That's this building right here. That's the den. And that's what they're renting as a communal space for guests of the hotel now.
That's on my channel, 214. Right now, so we rent our current rentals, that's where we're, just places right now.
Could you point that out again on this? That one,
Okay, so, and if I'm not mistaken, the owner of Tyrant 214 is going to be selling his property, so the status of being able to use that is in flux. Also, it's not heated, it doesn't have water service or septic service or anything like that. So it's not the best place to be in the winter time. When it's cold, there's not really a place for everyone. There's not really a place for everyone to gather. So that's one of the big purposes of the new building. I mentioned that, and they'll be able to add water and sewer facilities, obviously. They want the guests to have the communal space, be able to congregate, offer a complimentary breakfast, light food and drinks. Breakfast is planned for weekends. Depending on the occupancy, they'll have grab-and-go options. The hours for breakfast will be 8 to 12, and then 5 to 9 for the evening options. The primary goal is just to have something available for guests staying at the hotel. It's not going to be advertised to, the greater community. It's for hotel guests. It's going to be light food, cafe style, coffee bar, snacks during the day. Think like grilled cheeses, paninis, similar, simple things like that, and then they want to be able to have a beverage service also, so beer, wine, cheese and crackers, stuff like that. So light fare, drinks for guests. They certainly don't want to open a full-on restaurant. They're definitely not doing that. That's not the plan. So just want to make that very clear. A normal weekend, they don't expect the building to be at capacity, considering just how guests travel throughout the site, come and go. Also, for the general public, there may be special events open to outside groups. The Phoenicia Business Association, they've hosted in the past. Also, the Fall Nisha Festival, a place for the community to stop by after an event like that, and then slow times of year. There's a projector screen within the building plan that could offer a movie night for the community. So those are some of the events planned. Some additional info. Yeah, so they currently deliver breakfast to guests, but ever since COVID, there hasn't really been a place for people to stay. The area they do have is a bit small, and it really consisted of only one picnic table, so it just wasn't fitting for groups. So they want a place where all the guests can come and enjoy gathering, eating. Just another note on beverage service is pretty typical in this area, and it's something that they're wanting to offer. In summer, there's movies in the field, which is this area over here. They'd like to be able to offer movies in the winter as well. So I don't know many people that would want to go outside in the field in the winter. They're also thinking about yoga classes. Another guest experience, Barbara Mansfield hosts a soap making class, so that was something that happened within this space, that they would like to happen within this space. Corporate retreats, They're pretty low-key events generally, and it's usually one person per room, so in those instances, there's probably about 25 people on site.
Yeah, I just want to talk about the corporate retreats for a second. So that's really where we're missing out on an opportunity. So, I mean, I know the board is very concerned about like parties and big stuff like that. But really, the main thing that we're missing out on, and we hope to capture, is the corporate retreats. And they're coming in, like now is when they want to come in the mud season or, you know, parts of the winter, but we just don't have a place to put them. So I think that's really what we're missing out on, and it's just having places, and again, because we're renting the 214 garage, it's just, we don't have, I go in there and I put in, you know, heaters, but it's not really an optimal situation, and so, and then the good thing about corporate retreats, like Matt said, was they're very low key. They generally take, because they don't want to share rooms, they generally take one person to the room. And they've got their meetings that they want to do, they just want to be in a non-traditional space, like they don't want to be in like a, you know, motel space or whatever. They want to be in a more non-traditional space that can host them, and they want to be out here in the Catskills, so that's really what we're
Yeah. And yeah, you need the communal space for them all to meet, and, you know, that's part of their offering. There's gonna be a stage there, so, you know, there's a keynote speaker for someone at the retreat. Yeah, that gets to what type of events there will be, the stage, the type of noise generated, hours of operation. The Graham Co's been operating since 2018.
Well, I'm sorry, I only heard the breakfast hours of operation. What are the evening hours of operation?
So we haven't set that yet because we, since we can have it, but I think generally, from like, you know, 4 to 10:30 or so, maybe 11, but at the latest. I don't see it maybe beyond that, but that's where we are right now. So I know somebody was looking for, let's be, he was looking for a menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we, of course, we like Matt mentioned, it's light fare, just not, I've worked in restaurants in the past, and it's a hard slog, so that's not what we want to, we don't want to be in the restaurant business. Otherwise, we could just buy 214 and just do it that way, but that's not the direction we want to go. We just want to have something so that we can have an option to serve food.
What about weddings?
Yeah, so right now, we do host weddings, but because it's hard on the lawn, I think the most we ever do in the summer is 3, and that's tops, you know, because we like to space them. So for this upcoming year, we only have 2 booked, and I think they're both in October. So I think weddings, we do not, that's another thing. We don't plan on becoming a wedding venue per se. There's really a lot of people around. First of all, we're not big enough. A lot of the other venues around here, that's what they're built for, like Full Moon or Menlock, Foxfire. They're built for hosts. But we have lots of times we host guests, or we have places the guests stay at. So we want to stay in that realm, but occasionally there's somebody who wants what we call a micro wedding, and, you know, 50, 60 people, and that we can handle. So, and that's where we would stay.
They'll be bringing porta potties.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they bring their own facility. That's part of our contract with any couple that wants to have a wedding. They bring their own porta potty facility, and there's some nice ones out there. So, you know, they don't mind.
Is there water for that building?
To which
The proposed?
the proposed?
Oh,
Yes.
There'll be more.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the primary concern is parking and noise, you know, being that you guys are so in a residential neighborhood. Some of those other venues you listed are a little more separated and
Yeah,
isolated.
and I think we totally get that. That's like, and we do our best to be good neighbors. So, I mean, I have been there at behind the DJ saying, I'm gonna plug this. So, at 11 o'clock, so I'm very really aware of the noise ordinances, for the town, so we try to be good neighbors. And, generally, the kind of couples that we have are not like young, and they don't wanna, you know, they're not out to party, they're generally come here to appreciate the outdoors, so, you know, they don't wanna, you know, but again, it is a special occasion, but we try and be good neighbors, that's the main thing.
Right, and there's soundproofing that is gonna be incorporated into the building construction as well. So, you know, they're not, people aren't gonna be outside hanging out as much, they'll be,
Yeah, actually, I think that it's actually a good thing, because now we won't be in the outside under a tent. If we do want to have anything, maybe later, like after 9, we'll encourage them to go inside where we kind of contain the noise.
As I'm sure you know, that's when the noise ordinance kicks in, is at 9 PM in this town?
I thought it was,
Isn't it 9?
No, it's 9.
No,
It's 9, right?
And only in commercial zoning districts, but you're in one, so it's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So inside is good, soundproofing's good.
So what do you have here, 42 parking spaces? That's what I counted.
so, existing, well, there's 49 total
Okay.
proposed. We're adding this area over here and reconfiguring in this area. I think we're adding maybe 8 or 9. But, you know, we don't want to eat up too much of this. This is kind of where people, there's volleyball court, fire pit, you know, so it's a lot of people gather
Okay.
in that area.
Because here in your little booklet you gave us, it says that you have, we have found a maximum number of 70 guests, and we can contain everyone in the parking on our property.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's one person or one car, hopefully not.
Oh,
You know, I mean, if there's that many guests, I think there's couples,
yes,
more than one people.
all right.
So the building will be open, when the hotel is open from 8 AM to 8 PM on weekdays and until 11 PM on weekends and holidays. That's in your letter.
Right,
So any of these activities could take place during any of those hours, I guess, presumably. Although I doubt the
I mean,
weather.
nothing's set in stone, right? That's kind of the general, what we're thinking. We're getting some feedback. But yeah, I mean, breakfast is obviously in the morning, and then there's a dinner service time. You know, corporate events, when is the keynote speaker going to talk, you know, it could be any time throughout the day, so.
yeah, and I think the other thing is, I don't think, once again, we don't want to get into the restaurant. So I think it's the kind of kitchen we might have is a catering kitchen. So we can prepare stuff, but really, if this is our larger event, we still plan on bringing in caterers and special, you know, like Phoenicia Diner, maybe they, you know, we'll work with them, and they have the know-how, and they can hire the people to do that. We just want to have the facilities to be able to do that. So for example, when they've got all the plates, they have to empty, we just want to have, like right now, we do it in our laundry room, and it's not optimal. So I think we just want to be able to be a little bit more professional.
Do you have room on your site should you decide to add more parking spaces in the future, to do that if you find that there's not enough parking? Beyond what you have in the plan? Is there room?
I mean, is there actually space to put it? Yes.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would be a discussion.
Not to put it in, I'm just saying, if you have ambitious plans to invite other than hotel guests, and you're talking about having a caterer, they come with cars, trucks. So you're now increasing the requirement for parking, and the question is, do you have the possibility of, in the future, of increasing your parking spaces?
Yeah.
We would have to sort that out, I guess.
I mean, is there room on the site?
There is.
Where's the, I know it's on one of the later pages, but where's the septic area?
So the septic is right here,
Okay.
and then the reserve is right here essentially.
So you do have that lawn space kind of.
Yeah,
up
so
at
we
the
have,
top
I
there.
mean, we have, obviously we want to keep it, but.
Not turn the whole
if
property into a parking lot.
You know, there's options if something has to have a grass pavers or something.
So that was important to us from the very beginning, because I actually asking the designers to bring back the building, because like people come to this area to be outside, so that they don't come to be, you know, in a building, unless it's a little cold. So keeping some wide open spaces was imperative and important to us, just because that's what we're known for. We still plan on having a little fire out in the field for our guests. And so we didn't want to lose that. So that's why it's back by the pool and kind of went into that little space as much as possible.
Thank you for adjusting this, by the way, and pulling it back from the property line. I know that was a change from early on.
I see that it's 40 feet from the corner of the building to the residential zone, and you have landscaping there, that's proposed landscapings that's going there. And the two shrubs that you have in the middle, they're in the septic field, really?
That would be, I don't think so. I mean, if they are. No, so that's the reserve. This is the reserve. The septic's actually right here.
Oh, okay.
Are those, is that existing?
It's
Shrub?
just-
Okay.
And just to let you know, I've been in talks, the county's already approved of it, DE, a couple minor comments that can address. So that's well underway.
Thank you.
So back in the day, the previous owner had the bunkhouse. They had been thinking about something like this for a long time. And so they built a septic that was, you know, built to take another building. So this has kind of been like a dream, a thought for quite a while. And fortunately, we matched the size of the building to accommodate what we have now. Because it's just a way to kind of keep costs to minimum.
How is this going to differ from the way you're currently using the property? As far as occupancy and number of events and?
Actually, it will reduce our occupancy a little bit because we are having to reduce our rooms by, we're going to take out 2 bunkhouse rooms in order to kind of balance out the water usage. And so actually we'll be reducing our occupancy a tiny bit. Is that what you're
No, I meant more, not room occupancy, more just property occupancy.
I don't think it's going to really affect us at all, really, because
Are you already doing some of these events you just listed?
yes, we do. Again, you know, we have couples that call in tents, and I can show you pictures. They have really nice events, you know, they have events with tents, and they sometimes have barbecues. Again, the kinds of couples that we draw are not fancy houses. You know, they're gonna, for that, they're gonna go to bigger horses. And so we, these are more kind of like people that just want their friends and family and close, we're not gonna have a big wedding. And so, these are people who know what we're about and know that the Catholics are, so they're gonna be, understanding what we're about.
You guys ever hear anything about them up in the building department? Anybody ever call in? No? That's good.
I've never received a complaint
Excellent.
about one of their events. My daughter worked one of your events. She had a very nice time. You were all very nice to her. Not that that has anything to do with this, but thank you.
No, that's really good to hear.
Well, I compliment you on the submission that you made. It was very informative to all the questions we asked.
I think it's been responsive
Yeah, I
and
don't know
clear. I
if
think we
you
move on to
guys
the
have
next
been-
step.
You guys have been, an excellent application, thank you. Anybody else have any further questions for them?
No.
Are you gonna be getting any permits do you need to get permits from DEP or Ulster County? Okay, so we could amend the EAF to include those, because they're not there. That would be helpful. It's number 2 on the form. Just so they know exactly what those permits are. Thank you.
Just so you know, I stayed at Cobblestone again, what the ground floor was before.
Sure.
In 1997, and so we have a long history with the place. So we know what it's been about, and I think we just want to, the thing is, there's a lot of people that are coming to this area, but the bar has risen a little bit for what the expectation is, and we kind of want to have something like this to be able to keep up. It's really just to keep up, and again, we understand that we are in a neighborhood, so we want to forget about that. It's important to us.
Well, you obviously know your clients, and you know what they're looking for and what they like, so that's always good to keep,
Absolutely.
in mind with everything that you do.
What's the next step? Public hearing?
So what's the next step?
Yeah, because in the public hearing, we haven't, have we reviewed the EAF yet? I don't have an application packet in here. Do we have one in file somewhere?
I can't remember if you guys reviewed the EAF. I know you haven't listed the type of actions that needs to be done. It's likely unlisted.
Yeah. Okay. Do we have an application packet on file somewhere, presumably?
They were here a while ago, I'm sure, but he brought the paperwork.
Didn't make the culling.
That's it.
Yeah, he has that labeled.
You might not.
And he mentions it as the last item
Yeah.
on the last page.
under pressure, go ahead in December.
We'll just go over that at the next meeting. Everything looked okay to me. If we could just have copies or email to the board members, please. So everyone else has a chance to review it.
So we can't vote on a public hearing tonight? Oh, okay.
I think you need 30 days on that seeker, though. You guys gotta determine the type. It's gotta sit for 30 days before you can have any determination. Or if you wanna read the EAF, if everybody's happy with that.
Yeah, all right. I'll read
Sorry.
it.
I'm sorry.
All right. 1, does the proposed action only involve the legislative adoption of a plan, local law, ordinance, administrative rule, or regulation? No. Does the proposed action require a permit, approval, or funding from any other government agency? If yes, list the agency and name permit or approval.
Actually, if you could tell him what those permits are, so we could add it to the form now, if you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be wastewater disposal,
Health department.
yeah, health department from Ulster County. And I don't know if there's actually a permit from the DEP. They might just be a joint thing, and you get a,
Makes sense.
you get a permit from one of them, but I can check into it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if you could amend, that's question 2. Make that yes and just list. Number 3, total acreage of the site of the proposed action, 2.779. Total acreage to be physically disturbed, 0.33. Total acreage, the project site and any contiguous properties owned or controlled by the applicant or project sponsor, 2.779. Check all land uses that occur on, are adjoining, or near the proposed action, commercial, residential. Is the proposed action A, permitted use under the zoning regulations? Yes. B, consistent with the adopted comprehensive plan? Yes. 6, is the proposed action consistent with the predominant character of the existing built or natural landscape? Yes. 7, is the proposed action located in or does it adjoin a state-listed critical environmental area? No. Will the proposed action result in a substantial increase in traffic in or above present levels? Traffic above present levels? No. B, are public transportation services available at or near the proposed action? You wrote yes, I assume you mean the bus in town.
Yeah, I mean, there's UCAT.
UCAT. Walk from Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street.
Are,
Just a couple of blocks.
are any pedestrian accommodations or bicycle routes available on or near the site of the proposed action? No. 9, does the proposed action meet or exceed the state energy code requirements? Yes. Actually, the building department, you're gonna go through that with. 10, will the proposed action connect to an existing public-private water supply? Yes. That'll be the health department that determines whether your well's adequate.
It's actually municipal.
Yes, right. Will the proposed action connect to existing wastewater utilities? Yes. Does the 12, does the project site contain or is it substantially contiguous to a building, archaeological site, or district which is listed on the National or State Historic Register, or that has been determined by the Commissioner of the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation to be eligible for the listing on the State Register of Historic Places? Yes. What building is that?
So that came up, that's one of those that fills in automatically.
Okay.
So I think it's anytime a building is over 50 years old, flags it.
Do you know which building?
Do you want me to look into it?
Yeah. Just need to know what.
Hotel, so, I mean, hotel, it sounds like it is open.
Well, this doesn't actually touch the hotel, this project at all, so.
It would just be, that would come up for that property or any contiguous property, which I think are all homes.
Project site containers is substantially contiguous to a building. Guess that could do it.
No, please look that up.
Yes, please, yes. I know you're doing just a new building, so it's not like you're touching a historic. Okay, B, is the project site or any portion of it located in or adjacent to an area designated as sensitive for archaeological sites on the New York State Historic Preservation Office, SHPO Archaeological Site Inventory? No. 13, does any portion of the site of the proposed action or lands adjoining the proposed action contain wetlands or other water bodies regulated by a federal, state, or local agency? Yes. Where are the,
There's no wetlands on site. I think it's in the vicinity.
or lands adjoining the proposed
This is
action?
pop-
If auto-filled.
Populates things like
Cross 214, creek.
It's across,
that. Yeah, it's across the road.
across the road.
Oh, it must be the creek thing.
Yeah.
Would the proposed action physically alter or encroach into any existing wetland or water body? No, okay. 14, identify the typical habitat types that occur on or are likely to be found on the project site. Check all that apply. You checked suburban. 15, does the site of the proposed action contain any species of animal or associated habitats listed by the state or federal government as threatened or endangered? No. 16, is the project site located in the 100-year floodplain? Yes. I guess you can add that to the list of agencies that'll be involved.
Yeah, that's administered through the town.
Correct, yes, yes. Will the proposed action create stormwater discharge either from point or non-point sources? Yes. If yes, A, will stormwater discharge flow to adjacent properties? Yes. And will stormwater discharges be directed to establish conveyance systems, runoff, and storm drains? Yes. That's gonna be, which property is that gonna flow to off the back of the building there?
Yeah, that's, everything's kind of going down here. But, the soils here just absorb, there's no sand. They absorb lots of runoff, so, it's not like it's clay or anything, where everything's sensitive.
And, DEP was okay with the water flowing towards the septic system? They have this full plan, they're good?
I'm still coordinating with them now, but we're definitely not gonna direct the water.
Sure,
to
you're
the
gonna
septic system.
push it off to the
Yeah.
side or something?
Yeah, put it out on the lawn.
DEP hasn't asked for a SWIFT,
Sorry?
a SWIFT, DEP hasn't asked you for a permit for it.
Because
Stormwater
of
from the
the
roof
size of
goes
the
where?
disturbance, probably.
Oh, roof leaders, and we'll probably send it to these lawn areas.
Okay.
Yeah,
We just don't want it to dump onto the neighbor's property.
understood.
Yes.
There is a little drain here at the end of these rooms that goes underneath here and then goes out here. So it kind of goes out into the field.
That's just basically it.
And the soil is so absorbent.
Yeah, and the soil.
So maybe it's not a yes to.
I think that should become a no, that
Yeah.
it discharges onto adjacent properties. Direct established conveyance. Yeah, just part A there, 17 part A. 18, does the proposed action include construction or other activities that would result in the impoundment of water or other liquid retention pond, waste lagoon? No. 19, has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the location of an active or closed solid waste management facility? No. 20, has the site of the proposed action or an adjoining property been the subject of remediation, ongoing or completed for hazardous waste? No. Does everybody agree with what I just read?
Yes.
Need a motion to make a determination of no significant environmental impact?
So moved.
Second.
Not yet?
Not yet?
A motion to determine the type of action.
Oh, unlisted.
Next month, you get to do your neg
Next
deck.
month, we get to make the neg deck, yes.
You can do it all in favor, but you still need the motion. Just a motion to,
To declare it as an unlisted action.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
now you can do your public hearing, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
Okay, let's, I think next month we could set a public hearing for the March meeting.
Would be the 13th.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a couple of these, so we should definitely start early.
It's the 13th, yeah.
6:45. Does that work for you guys? 6:45 next month?
Do we need to have a motion to do the public hearing?
We do.
I think it's a motion with second and all in favor.
Yes.
I moved.
Second.
Sam's moved
All
on.
in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So,
We shall see you next month. If you
yeah,
could
just
give
those,
me-
if you could just come with those small changes.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll do that tomorrow. Does this need to go to the county?
That's right.
State Route 214. Yeah, it does, we need to.
County Road 214, yeah.
Yeah.
You're my new favorite person.
State Route 214.
That's right, it's not
You're
a
on the
county
business
road.
Forward it along we shall.
You already have septic, you said you're waiting on septic approval.
Yeah, so, Ulster County says they're good with it. I'm kind of going back and forth between both of them, DEP and Ulster County. I have a few comments to address with DEP, but nothing substantial. I wanted to know menu items, how we were gonna confirm that the 2 bedrooms would stay, non-bedrooms, 2 bedrooms.
Okay.
And then there was one other just justification for something that's gonna be easy.
So you're close, okay.
Yeah.
We can't approve until we have that, just so you know.
Right.
So, yeah, I just heard about the menu item recently, so I just felt like I know that this was way down the line. Sure, yes.
You thought you had more time?
And I'll let him know, but I'll kind of give you the gist.
But I did bring a for example here, so.
Well, that's actually for DEP.
Okay, right.
We're good with what you've given us, yeah,
You
this
can
is,
serve whatever food.
but we need them to be good with it, for us to, so many hoops.
The county health department would have to take a look, right?
Yeah, you're speaking to them.
Yeah. I'm talking about kind of plain. The other.
Yeah, no, we'll forward to county.
We'll forward to
With their
them.
comment.
Yes.
I think we have enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
Yes.
All right, I just want to know if you need it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, yeah.
Yeah, we'll take those back. Yeah, it's Valentine's Day now.
This is new.
That's the new.
Send that back down.
Yes, those ones you can dispose of.
I'm gonna take them off the table, so it's, okay.
And just label it initial submittal.
Right.
And then one is being label it.
March 13th. Some notes.
The new, this is the old.
Next, we've got Bernstein DeRosa.
Do you want an easel? We have one, you can set up. Yeah.
So, Rob Allison, Catskill Region Surveying. Tonight we're going to discuss the proposed lot line division between land owned by Ben DeRosa and Doris Chang and Jeremy Bernstein. I printed a couple of maps just to familiarize everybody with the property. Because you had questions you had a couple minutes ago.
Thank you.
You guys might still have these maps in your files from the workshop, but those are the copies that we have left.
Thank you.
You can pass it down. Destroy before reading.
So these maps are in addition to that, just to give you overall information. Ben and Doris, back in 2016, bought everything in yellow on this map. It's kind of a regular lot. It was a subdivision that was approved by this planning board previously. And Mr. Bernstein's property is over here. So back in 2019, we came in for a lot line adjustment. We're going down the line adjustment, lot line revision. And this parcel was added to the DeRosa parcel right here, which gave them 57.58 acres. Right now, what these folks want to do, Mr. Bernstein and the DeRosa Chang group, is convey this parcel right here as a lot line adjustment and hook it to the rest of the property up here. Mr. Bernstein had started out with 17 acres. He sold this triangle for a boundary line adjustment back in 2019, and now he's proposing this triangle to be sold to Bernstein's up here. And then we go to this map, which is the map that you have in front of you, which basically shows the triangle, the 5.51, that's going to be added to this property up here. This lot line is going to be removed, and then this is going to be the new boundary line down here, this lot line. So no improvements, just willing seller, willing buyer. It's kind of mountain land, it's a little steep. Mr. Bernstein's going to end up with 7.59 acres, and these folks are going to have about 63 when the adjustment's finished, if you guys approve it.
On the other map, where you showed the first triangle that was sold to the DeRosas?
The lot line adjustment?
Yeah.
One in 2019, yes.
Oh, okay.
That was added on in 2019.
Okay, so now they want the other
Yeah, now we're
triangle.
talking about this. This is like 4.08 acres.
So that dotted line to the middle of the rectangle is what's current?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
when it's going to be removed.
Okay.
So the property line's going to come like this, go down like this, and then over like that. It used to come like this and like that.
Okay, so they had the upper triangle, and now they're adding the
Lower
lower
one,
triangle.
Yeah,
okay.
so this one was like 4 acres, this is 5.5.
Is there any particular reason for the sale of this particular
The
piece?
first one was the driveway was over the line. Okay, so they backed out the line with adjustments to the driveway. This is just a willing seller, willing buyer. They started talking, we wanted to buy some more land. This house is right here. You know, he's got all this ground up here, and his house is right next to the property line, within 150 feet. And the view actually goes out that way, so we can clear the view a little bit more, and it gets a little more protection from the neighbor.
Are there any right-of-ways on those lots?
Mr. Bernstein has a right of way, which shows on this file map, down here on the bottom. To get to this property. Okay, but it's not encumbered.
Pretty simple, bring this in for public hearing, it's pretty simple. Okay, I don't have any questions. We do need to set this up for a public hearing next month, but, yeah, nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. So, I don't think we can go any earlier. I think we could do 7 for our public hearing,
Okay.
right? No, we're supposed to start getting here at 5 o'clock.
You're gonna have at least one more, so just remember that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, I'm just making everybody sad. I'm gonna stop talking.
I think this one's gonna go quick, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what people would be upset about, but, so, March 13th, 7 PM, does that work for everybody? Okay, we need a motion, all in favor?
So moves to have a public hearing?
Sam's on
Second.
fire today.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
See, I just looked straight at you, Sam.
You can give it to him.
You guys have everything you need?
Yes, I believe so.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, William Fitchner?
Good evening. I'm Ricky Burke from Four Point. My wife was here a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Presenting at your, she asked me to come out because it's a big holiday for her family. She asked me to come and handle my project. And thank you for the reach out today. So this is a relatively simple matter of moving 1.68 acres from land owned by Bill Fitchner to another parcel of land owned by Bill Fitchner. Purpose of that is there's a small trailer park down the road, as you know, and this 1.6 acres has a water supply building on it. That's the trailer park. And then it's your hope that whatever your father lived on this lot was in the land from, and he's been approached with a possible sale of that particular lot. So this will move the 1.6 to this. We're just gonna slide it over to the other maps. Or do you want?
Yeah.
Do you have another copy?
Yeah. Okay, so the water supply is up on the mountain, and we're moving it over to his small trailer park over here. 3 units still? What's that? How many units is the supply system? It's approved for 15. It's approved for 15, but right now currently supplying 3. And then this is the remaining property. So our acreage is, will be 34.8 acres, and the resultant acreage over here will be 18.1. Correct.
And what you're moving it off of is just vacant land? Okay.
His father had a house down in here.
It's the back end of the sawmill, right? The same lot? Is that the, what's down there on 20? Yeah. So it's on that same property. There's no houses or anything on it.
Correct, right.
There's a use towards the front, but back there, it's just all woods.
So is this just removing a lot line, or are you actually transferring the property from one owner to
The
another?
property is being transferred because filing a subdivision map
Yeah, I
doesn't.
could see, yeah, that's
So this is the triangular shaped 1.6 acres. Right now it's assessed to this property.
okay.
They're in the same deed, both parcels are in the same deed. We're gonna move it over to here so it can be assessed to this one. So if he does sell this property, it won't
Affect it.
cover the water supply system.
Okay.
Makes sense. Simple on the land, it's not causing any problems, it's.
And that was just an oversight on my part.
There's a swing and a miss, is what that is.
Good to correct those things. So we need to set up a public hearing for you as well, so it'll be next month at
15.
7:05.
7:05.
Yeah, let's make it 7:10.
7:10.
7:10 on the 13th.
Yeah. 7:08. So
And I thought you had a provision where you could waive the public hearing, no?
we can.
I move we have a public hearing.
Anybody? Sam's waiting for a second.
I'll second.
All right, don't fight. Sound
All in
good.
favor? Aye.
Good?
Yep.
Thank you. See you next month.
Should be chess. What is chess?
Next, chess.
Are these all the same?
Sure. Is that this one?
Oh, these are sets? Yeah. Gotcha.
Ooh, make sure one gets to Alex.
Is that, this is all I've got, Joanne? I'll send that down.
Oh,
Share, I guess.
right, you have a couple of them.
These all, I think these are just different pages.
Oh, it's all of them.
Yeah, these are all pages.
They're sets. Oh, good.
Who is this? How are you hanging? Is this all we
wanna
have, or do we have to go away from the phone?
Do you have a, do you have another copy, or no, is that it?
That's all.
That's all that's required.
We're missing one, two, I only have three
That's
up
all
here.
I have.
Here, does somebody want to look at it? Here, let's do this. Let's do this.
Might be able to split that up. It's pretty,
Yeah.
it's the same, aerial use.
So I can share this with Ally.
Okay, wanna walk us through this?
So there is an existing garage on the property, and we want to convert that into a guest cottage. It's an R3 district, and the last we spoke was indicate just how far we are from the property lines, because it is existing. On one area, you can see on the site plans, page 2, we are about 4 to 3 feet from the side.
I'm sorry.
Where are they?
4-0, it
Right
says.
there, 4 feet. Oh,
Where
where are they?
in Shandaken
On Woodland,
are they?
on Woodland Valley Road.
Woodland Valley. Okay.
Is if you're going towards the campsite, we're on the right-hand side.
What's on that other side?
Water.
DEP land, and then you have the road, and then you have. the
So it's
street. There's like a
DEP?
house before, and then the street.
So you're 4 foot away from the property line between you and DEP land?
Yes. So we're up high on the hill, and then DEP land, and then we are, I have indicated on another plan, I think it's like over 85 feet before we get to
Yeah,
the street.
84, 422, 250.
Yep.
Okay.
And what's the lot size?
It's 1.7 acres.
And what's the zoning there?
R3.
This is the one that's not gonna have a kitchen, right?
Right, we talked about not having a kitchen last time.
Yeah,
At
like
the
I said,
workshop.
it's existing garage, and they're basically making it a
think given the circumstances, being close to the lot line, I don't find it objectionable. What do we have to do to make that work?
Are they okay in a substandard lot for the guest cottage?
Guest cottage is considered an accessory structure, not a dwelling unit, so yes.
Do they need to get a variance for?
No.
And it's existing structure.
It's existing.
The lot is substandard?
It's under.
It's in an
Yeah,
R3.
it's an R3.
It's 1.7
And it's
in R3.
1.7.
Oh, thank you, sorry.
Yeah.
We're not expanding the envelope of the existing structure. I'll say the same.
Everything's staying the same except for the use.
Except for the use.
The use. Yeah.
You show me it's 4 foot from the property line?
Yeah, it's a DEP stated land. It's up the hill. So this is the property, goes up the hill, this is the driveway. Heads up, and then DEP land 4 feet.
But the stairs are even closer.
So those are stairs, it's just, should have been indicated on the plan, like railroad ties.
Oh, that's a walkway?
It's like a little path that they have to clear out, go behind or anything. But no stairs.
Is that in a flood zone, floodway? No.
What's the, I see the driveway and that's, I see the 2 cars you've drawn there. Is that the existing parking?
Yep, that's all existing.
Now, which way do you come up here from the, yes, please, thank you.
So Woodland Valley Road is way down here, so then you come up right here.
Okay, and then this is a little, what's that, like a little turnaround, does that go on? or-
Yeah, this exists in their existing house, which. It's weird because this is a little bit bigger than it is, but this is the existing structure. You can see it better. Here's existing, and this is actually the garage, Woodland Valley Road, and then the garage goes like this.
Where's the garage?
Garage is there.
So it's quite a distance.
Yeah, that turnaround that you're seeing is roughly right here.
Okay.
You see a little open space, and then it turns.
I mean, they've got parking up here for the house.
Yeah. I mean, it's right in front of the house, it's probably just a box like that. It doesn't cut into the line, it stays parallel with the driveway.
So this is,
It's probably actually more noticeable, just like this. And then from the road, you can see like the tip of the house. But you can't see
The
the,
only thing that's changing
can't
is
see the
the
garage. Even
making
so
it
would you
bigger.
pass the house to get to,
you actually pass the garage.
Garage to get to the house.
where's the house?
House is here.
Similar to
The garage is here. Woodland Valley Road.
I'm sorry, were they doing any exterior improvements?
Oh, I see, the driveway's here, and
If they're doing anything to the exterior?
the garage is there and the house is
They're not gonna make it.
there. Okay.
Are you doing anything to the exterior?
No.
Nothing? Nothing, nothing.
No, it has really good siding on it, painted clean.
So what are you actually adding?
Inside?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a gym, and we're gonna add a bathroom. That's it.
And
did
there's
you-
septic for the bathroom?
That's what we are actually getting the, that's what we're gonna do more and so we're going through the procedure of all that.
Water source?
The existing well that's on the property, that's in between the house and the garage.
Okay.
Okay.
Did he give you guys an SEAF? Part of the application, I'm assuming you
that
did.
far yet. Let me see. Yes, he did. Got it. SEAF. You guys all have the application packet?
I don't know.
In your folder.
Should, it's this, it's just got the Shandaken. It's the whole application.
How'd it go?
This front page.
What does it say on?
It was in our folder tonight, right here, Vivian.
Oh,
I think that's yours on the
got it,
upper
yeah,
left there.
I see that, yeah.
Upper left in your,
I know it was in
not
there
in your
on
stack.
mine,
Yeah, keep going left.
but here.
That one, yes.
Oh, that's it?
Number one, does the proposed action only involve the legislative adoption of a plan, local law, or ordinance, administrative rule, or regulation? You checked yes for that.
What legislative action?
Yeah, that should, that should be a no, correct?
No is good.
Yeah,
No's
no is
great.
good.
We love no.
You could amend that. Does the proposed action require approval of funding?
Is there a permit needed for the septic?
Yes,
So that should be yes?
that should be yes.
And this is not in the 100-year floodplain?
It's way up.
It is, okay.
Also, FEMA didn't map that far up Woodland Valley, frankly.
Would you say FEMA didn't map that far out?
It like stops very suddenly right around Muddy Brook.
Oh, really? I have not looked at that.
The rest of the EAF looks acceptable.
What's that?
The rest of the, yeah, the short EAF.
Yeah, if you just, for 11, if you could make a note that it'll be a new septic. Yeah. You said, will the proposed action connect to an existing wastewater utilities? The answer is no. If no, describe the method for providing wastewater treatment.
No.
Everyone's had a chance to look it over. I think we can declare it as unlisted.
Might even be type 2. Just let it go. Yeah, there's, here, where did I find it? Construction or expansion of a primary or accessory non-residential structure or facility involving less than 4,000 square feet of gross floor area. Or you could say construction, expansion, or placement of minor accessory residential structures. It
There's no
goes on to
construction.
explain those.
There's no exterior construction.
No, construction, expansion, or placement. Well, there's construction through the conversion, that's construction. I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm
Interior
just saying, if you want to call it
renovation,
type 2, you might have a path towards that.
How do we move on with type 2?
What's done?
It's done.
Seeker's done with
Seeker's
type 2.
done.
No further action required.
All right.
That's for you all.
Read it again, please.
First one is construction or expansion of a primary or accessory or pertinent non-residential structure or facility involving less than 4,000 square feet of gross floor area and not involving a change in zoning or use variance and consistent with local land use controls.
Change in zoning or use variance. Variance.
There's no change, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Type 2. Moving on.
Type 2.
All right. So,
What's the practical impact of that?
There's no further environmental
then
review.
we're done.
Oh.
So we gotta move second, all in favor.
That might,
Do it, right?
maybe we roll call that just for
Yeah.
safety's sake.
So I should move that this is a type 2 if I were so inclined?
If you were so inclined, you could.
I am so inclined.
Clearly all
He's
of
so
you.
inclined, everyone.
I will second.
There you go. Now you roll call.
Cliff Rebuffo,
Yes.
Art Christie,
Yes.
Joanne Kell,
Yes.
John Horn, Alan Shiner,
Yes.
Sam Spada,
Yes.
Vivian Welton.
Yes.
Question quickly becomes, do you need to wait for that septic approval before you
That's
set up
just
public?
about to ask that. You just started your test holes.
Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., we're gonna be coming. We filed everything, we got approval for the test holes, and hopefully everything goes well tomorrow.
And how far from the well are they planning to do it?
It's on the garage, well, existing house, where you are closer towards the road, where we're doing it. I mean, I want to say closer towards the road. We're on the opposite side of the septic, so the garage is in between.
So the question is, do we think it'll be done by next month, and do we set a public hearing, knowing that it may not be done?
I guess that's not the kind of thing we could cancel.
Right.
Why does he need septic approval?
He's doing a new septic for,
You redoing the septic?
he's adding a septic.
Adding for the bathroom in the garage.
It's a new bathroom.
But, yeah, but septic
new
is based
bedroom.
on bedrooms.
It's a new bedroom.
Yeah.
There's a bedroom in the Murphy bed.
Okay.
It's a guest cottage.
Or I don't suppose you feel comfortable with approving with the contingency that he gets those septic approvals.
We can send it to public hearing, and then we could consider approving the
Well,
contingency.
he'll bring the documentation.
Right.
He'll bring the documentation, and if we don't want to approve a contingency, we have 45 days? Then we could then push it to the next meeting without approving. So if everyone's comfortable with that, we can set a public hearing, so we can have one more next month,
7:20?
7/17. What was the last one, 7/10?
7:10.
That is
I
deadline.
think 7/20.
7:20.
Yeah.
So I move we have that public hearing with the contingencies as we discussed.
No contingencies yet, just,
Not yet.
that'll be approval.
All in favor?
You're just trucking along still. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next month, yeah. March 13th.
Oh, if you could give me that correct from EAF.
Yes, you
That'd be great.
do that.
I'll have that this week.
Yes.
Hopefully later with those Thank you.
What do we do with these? Just pass it up?
We love paper, Dave.
Yes. The pile.
Just love
It's all
paper.
trade job.
But wait, there's
What is this now?
You want scary, this is what my
What's
desk
the
is.
last
I
one?
have a lot of papers, perhaps.
Don? You wanna, where you going?
Does everybody have computers?
We got extras here, does everybody have?
I have one. Does Alan get one? I think we're good. Hoping this is our simplest one tonight.
I was hired to do a property survey at Schroeder selling his property, his little lot. And I got all excited because I found all this old evidence buried, it all matched, and I was all excited to finally get an easy one. And I mapped it up, and lo and behold, the house was over the property line. So, Mr. Schroeder and Mr. Bernstein made a deal where they wanted the property line to be, which Mr. Bernstein would agree to. So that's what you had in front of you.
What's the distance there?
The
20
red
feet?
dash
20 feet.
line in the middle, I just show that because if you trace the property way back, well, it was two lots a long time ago, and I just wanted to show why there's an iron pipe in the middle of the property. So that's why that's shown there. But it's
What
all
iron pipe?
one lot.
Oh, the found iron rod.
Oh,
Oh, so that made it over the line.
Right, the house is over the line.
It just cut the end of the house.
Yeah, the house was over 4.4
Just,
feet.
but just come back, let it out.
Solves the
Yeah, that
problem.
was an addition that Mr. Schroeder's mother had put on years ago, and building inspector just assumed that the property line was,
Farther away.
over by Flintlock Road, I guess.
Oh. So it'll end up being .894 acres?
Yes.
But it's growing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still
Right.
small, but it's getting bigger.
It's getting bigger, yes, okay.
And Mr. Bernstein's lot there is the same tax map number across the road, and it's all on one deed. He just has this portion on that side of the road, which is labeled unbuildable.
Oh, this here?
Tax, an old subdivision map.
okay, so
Oh, 'cause it's part of
unbuildable, but
this.
it's not
Make this
right.
one smaller?
It's unbuildable and there's nothing there now.
Yeah. Maple trees,
Is what this is.
which Betty Bernstein taps the maple
What
trees.
is this, what is this, R 1.5?
Yes.
Oh, what makes it unbuildable?
It's not big enough. I
Okay.
don't think that it's all rock. And that's just the way it was labeled when they subdivided it.
So what size, the Bernstein parcel on that side, there's one house there?
Across the road,
Yeah.
there's a house there,
And what's that? That's our what?
1.5.
That's 1.5?
Yeah.
And there'll still be 2.971.
Yeah, nothing's happening to that.
Yeah.
We're just making.
It's this other lot, the one that's
Well, they're giving up
.772.
.042 acres.
Yeah, but they're the same tax, both sides are one parcel.
That's right.
Yeah, that's the 2.971. But they're in an R15, so.
Right.
So Schroeder's property, we're just making a existing non-conforming lot a little better. The house is not over the property.
And it's good that you left, what, 20 feet?
Yes.
So we can maintain it without standing on Mr. Bernstein's property.
Right, so then is this
They-
all one piece?
Yeah, it's land hooked across Flintlock.
Okay.
Yeah.
They had it all set up for a sale, closing and
I mean, it solves the problem. I don't see an issue with it.
No.
Okay,
Simple one.
same approach
Yeah.
next month.
Then this one, I think this one we might be able to just send through, actually.
Yeah, you say yes.
Yeah.
We believe you.
Yeah, yeah, we can. Just need a motion to approve this lot line adjustment.
I
as
move we
submitted.
approve this lot line adjustment.
I'll second
All
all.
of them. That's the whole meeting.
Roll call?
Yes.
All right. Cliff Buffo,
Yes.
Art Christie.
Yes.
Joanne Cow.
Yes.
John Horn, Alan Shiner.
Yes.
Sam Spada.
Yes.
Vivian Welton.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm killing that microphone.
I think we're done. Any county,
Liaison report, Chandra came with me to the last Ulster County Planning Board meeting, where she was introduced to everybody, made a good impression, and she's coming to the March meeting. It may be necessary to wait until April for the legislature to actually appoint her. But she'll be acting as if she was a part of the team, even though she won't be able to speak or vote.
Okay.
Outside of that, I sent you guys all that email with the link to the resolution the town board did about training. You can check that out. So you can see what qualifies and what doesn't. And I will say again that the comp plan has lost a member and we need to replace him. And I would love for that to be a member of this board. Not you, no, I give up on you.
Mondays, right?
They meet the second Monday of the month at 7 o'clock. If anybody's interested, reach out to Peter. Or me, I can forward it over. That's all I had to say.
We have to do anything with the rail trail?
Not yet.
County's the lead agency.
They're the lead agency.
yeah, no, we did, but, Grace or Olivia's gonna draft a letter to, send to them saying that we don't, yeah, thumbs up. Have at it.
Did anybody go up there? I went up there.
I've been
You went
on
up
there, on the
Yeah.
rail trail, yeah. Not the whole thing, but. I
There's
think
a
sections.
portion in Pine Hill that goes over the creek there. I mean, that's right through
It's right,
houses.
right behind some people's backyards.
Yeah, right behind, it's gonna be the same thing with those pedal cars. That's what's gonna happen there. Those people are gonna be in this room.
There's a section of the rail trail in Olive that cuts right through.
Well, they're turning
Backs
it,
right up against.
they're not putting the tracks back, they're turning it into a trail.
Yeah.
I know, but still
Hiking,
people are gonna
bicycling.
be
Yeah.
walking through there or biking through there or bringing their dogs through there. And this is right in the middle of a residential area.
They may be able to put up, a stockade fence.
I don't know.
I think that's what they usually offer.
And the Shandaken Trail goes through residential.
Yeah.
They have someone that's weird to be quiet.
I mean, all we're looking at in this specific instance is whether or not we want to take lead on the seeker process. And I do not. I don't know
No,
about
I'm
everybody
not,
else.
I'm not interested in that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
You're
mean,
right,
This
it
is what's
is-
gonna happen.
stuff's gonna come up.
It is an issue, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be an issue, and they'll come to us, and there's nothing we can do about it, because we're not the county.
We can add it to the letter that the planning board hopes that residential parcel holders that will be affected by this are notified of hearings or something
Because they
like
didn't
that.
do that with the pedal cars.
I can add that just to the note, a
It's a
recommendation.
nice
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's a good idea.
yes.
Okay, I can do that.
Is there going to be a hearing at some point?
I'm sure there will be at some point.
There's
There's
gonna be a
endless
whole,
meetings about these
there's gonna be a
things.
whole process, yeah. This is just the seeker component of it, that's all this concerns. I mean, they're still doing the rest of it themselves.
So I asked about the the communication tower project that the county is doing, and they're making some progress, but there's some legal issues with the properties that they're looking at, so
Yeah.
that's being worked on.
Where is this going?
Um,
Or ostensibly?
There's one place, I don't know the specific areas, but there's some property issues, but
You know
they
the
have,
big piece of property on 28 just past the Eagle on the right? They're looking at that, up by the water tower. I know the county was looking at that.
yeah.
I don't know where the other location was.
Is that a cell phone tower?
Could you explain what Maryville Telephone Company is doing in Phoenicia?
Oh, I'd like to know too.
They put in free Wi-Fi, and outside of that, I honestly
But how do
don't
you
know.
get it?
There's a
You have
QR
to-
code you can scan. I know that that gives you access pretty quick.
You scan it, I mean, it's on the
They have like
bulletin board at
hubs on
the
the poles or
library.
something?
I don't know if it's posted other places, I hope it is. Should be posted on that bulletin board by the
Yeah,
road.
There's just Wi-Fi in Phoenicia now,
I believe it's in free
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like on
Yeah.
the street.
like
Yeah.
in the air.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to like
Just
stand in
like-
front of
You
it.
don't have to park in front of Brios to check your
Agree.
email.
I mean,
If you take the
at
third
curbside
spot over
service.
at the market, sometimes
Yeah,
your
the
cell phone
market,
works.
the market,
You
I got a
gotta be
phone
three
call
spots
yesterday.
over.
Yeah.
But are
So
they,
where's
Sometimes
free
the
Wi-Fi
canopy
going
at the
in?
gas station reflects.
Yes,
the
if you, because you could
gas.
pick up
Free
Brios.
Wi-Fi in Phoenicia.
Oh, in the town, center of town.
Just like,
right,
all
on Main
over.
Street area?
So that while tourists are walking around, they can use their phones. They don't have to stand in certain spots.
like inside Brios.
Or inside.
Grace, do you know if they're offering service to any residential properties yet?
I don't know that MTC is, it's their intention to
No,
offer
they
that kinds of
do.
things. I don't
They
think that
have it
they're,
now.
They don't wanna, they don't
they've
wanna
gotten quite as far as
push
Phoenicia,
off
I
of
don't know.
Rose Mountain Road has it.
They don't
Yeah,
wanna
no, I
push
know,
off
you
the
guys have
side
it up there,
roads.
Not
but
yet.
I don't know that
Yeah.
they can actually provide service to residential
I don't know how
customers
far-
in Phoenicia yet.
Oh, no.
They don't wanna
haven't
go
gone
for
down that
28
far, but on
right?
28,
Oh, yeah,
they've gone
28.
down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not official, this is just when I've spoken to them. They asked about
It's
fiber.
no
if that's
bargain
ever gonna
in
go
terms
off,
of
and they're like,
price.
probably not.
Somebody on Facebook said it was a little cheaper than Spectrum.
Not when you look at the speeds carefully, it's pretty
No.
much the same.
Oh, you have to pay for like higher speeds.
You know,
They're nice to, they're nice to deal with, you can talk to actual
Yeah.
people when you call.
That part's nice.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's good.
Believe me, I hate Spectrum, but
Anyway.
it's so expensive.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
we're officially off topic.
And we move to,
Yes.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Good night.